right, let's take a look at the staying power of the Idol winners. Even the ones who have not won, this is sort of the top 10 of who's earned what. Carrie Underwood way ahead above everybody else. Jennifer Hudson, Kelly Clarkson. I was kind of surprised that she's down the list from Carrie. Look at Clay Aiken's doing pretty well. Jordan. David Cook is coming up. David Archuleta coming up. Taylor Hicks, a measly 300,000. And, you know, what happened to Ruben and Fantasia? I mean, what happened to their careers? You know,
to be honest with you, I don't know if the American Idol audience, even though they won, right? So somebody was voting for them, but when it comes to hip-hop and R&B albums, doesn't seem to do. You know, Jordan Sparks, you could say she's R&B, but she's also more pop. Too, but for some reason it doesn't translate. I love Fantasia. I think she's like the most natural, gifted singer on the show. But her second album I loved. It was kind of hard. You know?
What do you think about how it translates to win and then actually have a career afterwards?
I think the people who do the best are the people who are able to take American Idol and do everything with it. For instance, Jennifer Hudson, who's like second on the list there. Right. She went in to do some acting. I know my prejudice is acting, but she actually won an Academy Award. Now, that's an amazing thing.
That's true. It's
because she showed the emotion in singing, but also was able to generate that emotion in acting. So being able to do the whole 9 yards really translates into a big success.
You know what this also kind of says to me, I don't know what you think about it, Sean, is that a lot of people sort of feel like whoever Simon wants, Simon gets and wins the competition, but that's clearly not the case. I mean, he didn't like all these people who won.
No, you know, I think he liked Goki. I think he'd rather see a Goki-Lambert thing, but I think in the early seasons, like, you know, his say, boom, whatever he wanted, he could make it happen, but now that, you know, viewership went up and votes were more scattered, I think he kind of lost some of that power, and that's why I had this whiff of desperation that he was, you know, plugging so hard for Adam this year, you know? It seemed like he was trying to get that power back. A little slimy. A little slimy. But look at his shirt last night. I'm going to try that on, button down to his navel. If only I had chest hair, I could rock that.
Stay dressed, Sean. Stay dressed. Stan emails us, I enjoy American Idol, my wife and I tune in, yet sadly it also reminds me of incredibly dead the music industry has become. How incredibly dead the music industry has become.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I think there have been some really good artists coming out of American Idol, you know? I think that, you know, Carrie Underwood, I think she's good. I think Kelly Clarkson is a great singer. I saw her in Clearwater and she was dynamite, so I don't know about that. I mean, you see a lot of bad singing, you know, with all the auditions, and they keep bringing them back, so maybe that's it. Looks like we're a nation of really, you know, poor singers, but I don't know about the whole music industry thing.
The music industry is fine. I mean, let's face it, it's still the most popular pastime is listening to your music. I think the way you listen to your music has changed. There's MP3s and there's everything else, but it's still alive and strong.
You know, album sales are down, but digital sales are through the roof. People are still buying music. You know, we're still listening to music.
So has this season energized the show, or are you concerned that it's peaked?
Yeah, I don't know about that one. I think people are a little bit down on it.
I think the ratings tonight are going to show that it's going to be really popular because everyone I've spoken to is really interested to see who's going to win. I think there's some drama in there. Even though Adam's the favorite, a lot of people say Chris is coming up, so we're going to get a great audience.
Charlie Belcher out in Hollywood, do you think that this season has kind of energized the Idol franchise period?
I hope so. I hope so. We'll ask Bo Bice what he thinks. Guy came in second to Carrie Underwood. He knows a thing or two about American Idol, and that's one of the best attitudes about this show and this experience anybody you'll ever meet. What do you think? You think this season will re-energize it, boost it a little bit, or is Idol over?
Oh, man, I don't think Idol's ever going to be over. Each, you know, even from my season, things have changed so much. You know, mine was the first season that they introduced Ricky Minor in the band, so I've always said without the band there, I would have never even placed, you know. So I think those kind of changes throughout. Before I went on, it was very much a pop-oriented show. Now, 8 seasons removed from Kelly, or 7 removed from Kelly Clarkson, you've seen it conquer pop, rock, country, Christian music, R&B. So I think it's gone from a pop phenomenon to really something that can't be, you know, kind of imitated.
You paved the way for Daughtry, for David Cook, and they give you credit for that. You did. We need a Latin Idol, maybe some Latin flavor. That's about the only genre we haven't conquered yet. And you're the guy that says, look, you don't have to win it to be successful from this.
Right. Well, you know, and I never really look at myself as paving the way. I think my season, again, it was more Ricky Minor and people like Constantine and Nadia Turner, and it was a group of people that kind of more did rock-oriented stuff. So I think between that and each season, watching Chris and these other people, that really it's just, I think, watching the competition grow as they've let people start to play instruments and things like that. It showcased different aspects of talent. So, yeah, I mean, as much as the show has changed from bringing Kara in with the new judge, and is Simon going to come back, and what's going to happen here and there, the one thing that you can't deny is the continuity of the show, and the fact that it truly does create careers for people as long as you're ready to work hard for it.
We would never know who Bo Bice is if it weren't for Idol.
You sure wouldn't, baby.
I don't know. We can see him behind those Foster Grants, I think. Thanks, Charlie.
He's a superstar. He can wear glasses.
See you again at 5 or 6 coverage out Hollywood.
Like every morning.
Thanks, Charlie. Peter via email says, I think the voting system needs to be overhauled. Votes need to be limited to 5. This way the most talented person may win over the most popular contestant, and get rid of Kara. Boy, people are not liking that 4th judge.
I think we all agree Kara needs to be doinked.
Yeah.
Except for Tony. Tony, you're a nice guy.
Well, no, Kara's nice. You know, I like her, but not that song she wrote, Liz.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. Yeah, that was loud.
Has there been any talk of how the voting system works? I mean, is there anything inherently flawed about it, in your opinion, or does it work pretty well?
I think it was always like self-correcting, right? I mean, it's like basically you can't go wrong. Like if all these people are voting for Bucky Covington, well, that means that America likes Bucky Covington. You know, it's fine.
It's true, but what the viewer said is also true. You can get a handful of really dedicated people to vote 10,000 times, and it does have an effect.
Yeah.
So
I
would like to see a limit.
You know, it's American Idol. I mean, that's the whole point,
Is
right?
America votes, yeah. Final email here from Judy. I think Chris should win, but I think they've made it such an Adam show that Adam will win. Either way, I love being on Facebook with Charlie. Lots of fun, and people are twittering with you, aren't they?
Yes, they're tweeting with me and they're Facebooking with me, but every week I got to come here and hear about Charlie Belcher. I'm furious.
We'll take a break. We'll be right back. Remember, you can watch the finale live tonight right here on Fox 13 beginning at 8 o'clock with some very, very special guests scheduled to appear. I want to thank Charlie Belcher live out in L.A. Here in our studio, Sean Daly with the St. Petersburg Times, casting director Tony Varro. And by the way, he teaches on-camera classes in Clearwater. We're going to put his number on the web if you want to go take some acting classes from Tony. Thank you very much, and thanks to all of you for joining us this afternoon. Have a great afternoon. Go Idol.